This is The Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky. But right now, the focus is basketball and on your Cleveland Cavaliers, who have gotten off to a surprising start, but have been able to maintain into 2022. And yes, they are still learning how to win and close out games, as we waited for the Browns to do, but they've been able to do it, and still against some pretty good competition. They have a tough test tonight against the Golden State Warriors, who are looking to join the Phoenix Suns with 30 wins on the season. They sit at 29-9. Klay Thompson makes his return after 2 seasons. Jay, we talked about it before the show. Looking at a game like this, yeah, we can break down like how the Cavs can win and the keys to the game, but going into it and just watching it, like you're watching to have a fun time watching a Cleveland team play. But now you're also starting to see, like, every single night, this team has a chance. Like, that is refreshing to see, isn't it?
I mean, they could beat anybody any given night. They're a highly competitive team right now, and they came out of nowhere. No one saw this coming this early. They thought at least one more year, but hats off to J.B. Bickerstaff, man. What a hell of a coach and well-deserved contract extension for him.
So why are they ahead of schedule? Because you just said like it was supposed to be like another year and maybe another draft pick or another, young piece or another asset to this team that they could add with some of the draft capital they've built up. Why are they, quote unquote, ahead of schedule, even though they're just going out there and playing basketball? But why are they playing so well?
The obvious answer is Mobley. Like, that guy is the best player in this draft. He's a phenom right now. Like, he's changed your defensive schemes completely. Like, and Jared Allen's playing awesome. Got to mention the growth from Garland from last year, Cedi Osman's growth this year, and Kevin Love, man. Kevin Love. Everyone wrote that dude off, and wow, is he bounced back this year.
6th Man of the Year candidate right now.
Oh, for sure.
6th Man of the Year candidate. I mean, I think
you just see the joy in him now. I'm so happy for the guy. Like, he just seemed so down last year, and you see him on the bench, and he is just cheering on his team, and he's just jubilant on the bench.
I saw a change in him when that issue in Toronto happened. If you remember, like Toronto scored. I think the Cavs.
Is that where he kicked the ball?
He didn't kick the ball. He just threw it in, and it went into may have been something. Van Vliet's hands or something like that, and they shot a 3 and they extended the lead, and Cavs were already down more.
I know what you're talking about, yes.
But it was just like this boneheaded, stupid play, like a veteran that was like trying to get his way out of the squad. That type of play. A breaking point. And, the Cavs kept him, but you could like see a change in like what he really needs to be for this team. And when he's healthy, the veteran presence coming off the bench, like he's put ego aside. He's coming off the bench and still scoring for this team. Going into that Portland game that they won, starting off a West Coast trip pretty well. It's a 6-game road trip. If they go 4-2 on it, that's big for this squad. Even if they go 500, that's still pretty big with some of the teams they got to play, including tonight on game 2. But, I mean, he was scoring like 25 points or more in like...
He was super accurate this year from the 3-point.
Yeah, like he knows what he is there for, and he is focused on it. Cedi Osman, you mentioned him. That was a guy that, yeah, he was hanging out with KD and LeBron and workouts in the offseason. Everybody thought, like, oh, yeah, like, he's working out. Like, the one thing I hate the conversations of is, oh, man, like, you should see Donovan Peoples-Jones and how many catches he's making in training camp. And Richard LeCount, like, how he's playing at safety in training camp. You should see the training camp that Cedi Osman's playing well against LeBron and KD in an offseason, just flat out, just plain old workout. Guess what? That doesn't translate when the lights are on brightest. Cedi was trying to be something he wasn't. He's just worked on his 3-point shot, and he's become a specialist now. When they need a basket from 3, a big jump shot from this squad, Cedi stepped up. He hit 3 big threes in that 4th quarter against Portland. Yes, I'm crazy enough, and I stayed up on Friday night to watch this team because that's how much I love Cavaliers basketball. Like, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to stay up. I'm going to watch. And I'm glad the game's at 8 tonight because I got to be up early for work tomorrow so I can still watch and get enough sleep tonight.
Another great thing that they're doing is they're playing amazing defense, man.
And
for a young team to be playing that kind of defense is just awesome, dude. Because they're only going to get better. Like Isaac Okoro, here's another kid that stepped up, man. He is just an on-ball defender. Like, he's almost becoming an elitist at that.
And that's gonna be a key piece that's out for the next 2 or 3 weeks with that bruised elbow right now.
Yeah.
But it's probably been talked about, but it doesn't get talked about enough and in like a mainstream type of way. The biggest thing to me for this team and why they're playing so well is they don't give a damn about what the rest of the league is doing. Everybody, anytime a team comes out of the woodwork and wins a championship, like when the Golden State Warriors won their first championship, what did everybody try to do? They try to find shooting, they try to go small, and they were trying to draft all these guys because Golden State drafted the main three that started this whole run.
They try to copy what other people's successes.
It's always copycat. Professional sports is a copycat professional
Windhurst
league.
has talked about exactly what you're talking about.
And the Cavs have finally said, like, guess what? We have really talented players here.
They're all bigs. We have awesome, talented bigs. We're going to play a big lineup.
We're going to play a big lineup.
They're playing to their strengths.
We're going to get the most out of them.
Browns, take a note.
Oh, like, you're actually doing what these guys do well and allowing them to play with that kind of freedom out there. Why do you think a guy like Lamar Jackson, not to, try to compare football and basketball, but why do you think a guy like Lamar Jackson, or even in basketball, Steph Curry, have so much success and have so much fun doing it? Because they were developed in a system that allowed them in a professional setting to do what they do best. What does Steph Curry do best? Shoot threes from a long range away. And it comes off of all of the movement that Steve Kerr implemented with that team and just allowing Steph Curry to be Steph Curry, allowing Klay Thompson to be Klay Thompson. And it turns into backyard basketball or backyard football with Lamar Jackson because guess what? They're having fun. They're confident in what they're doing. And when things aren't going within the structure that the team has set up, they're still allowed to go make a play somehow, some way for their team because when it gets down to it, play clock's running down, shot clock's running down. Those guys, they just go back to those days in their backyard. The clock's ticking down your head. We've all done it as kids. Cavs have a chance to win the championship. There's 10 seconds left. Kevin Arnold's dribbling at the 3-point line. 10, 9. Like you count down your head and you take that shot. They're taking that little thing and they've put it into a professional setting and you don't see it necessarily, but that's what's happening. The Cavs have taken a bunch of bigs, a bunch of talented young players, put them together, allowed them to do what they do best, and the culture just naturally comes together because the players feel cared about. The players now care about their coaching staff, and everybody is working in lockstep. You got to see it year to year. We didn't see it for the Browns, but this Cavs team is having a lot of success this year, and I hope that gets highlighted when the All-Star game comes here in February. I'm hoping that on a national stage, a couple of these guys get into the All-Star game, or at least are involved in All-Star festivities, and what the Cavs are doing gets highlighted, and they just continue to grow from here. There's going to be growing pains still. It's going to happen. But I'm I love when Cleveland goes under the radar and it's Cleveland against the world. But give success or give kudos when kudos are due. And kudos are definitely due to this Cavs team.
Oh, totally. And I love how they just play totally unselfish basketball, too. Like, there's no egos on this team. There's, we all love LeBron, but there is no LeBron. There's no super alpha dog out there. It's just a bunch of guys playing together and for each other.
And you said before the show, and I got to give you credit for it, like, you feel like tonight they have more of a chance to beat the Golden State Warriors than, maybe you did when they were facing them in all those finals. And that's kind of a hot take, but it makes sense because it's not that one player that's overtaking everything.
We needed LeBron to play Superman basketball and Delhi to hit like 9 threes.
And boy,
we're like, okay, this is probably not. We knew it wasn't going to happen. We hoped it was going to happen, but they just had all this firepower. Where these dudes, Lauri Markkanen can drop 20 on you. Next day, Allen can drop 20 on you. All these dudes could just, you go down the line, then there's games where everyone's in double figures. You look and there's 8 people in double figures.
Well, and
how do you prepare for that? When you go to like when the Spurs played LeBron in the first finals, what do? Shut down LeBron. We'll worry about everybody else. I don't care. Just shut down LeBron. You want to key up on Garland? Well, guess what? Our bigs are gonna dunk all over you.
If you're gonna copy anybody, it's what the Spurs did under Greg Popovich, and it's I'm not comparing what the Cavs are right now to the Spurs. What I'm saying is,
But that's exactly what they're doing.
the Spurs put a team first mentality together and allowed the size of the guys and the talent of the guys, the skill of those guys, to just go out there and do what they do best, and showed them how it can all work together. The Cavs are doing that with a different size lineup, different type of skill set. Again,
I mean, when the Spurs, that's funny you say it. When the Spurs got started, they had two bigs.
they did. They had,
Duncan learned a ton from David Robinson.
right. So
You got Mobley learning from Allen. Like, you don't think he's not getting a ton of help from that guy defensively, how to learn?
and even Allen's like a young guy that's
I
still.
love that dude. Like, he might be my favorite player on the Cavs right now.
He's like, you just look at him. He's just.
It's my goal to get him on this show. Like, I have to get that fro on
we
this
would
show.
love that.
He's got the friendliest looking smile. It looks like you just go up to him and he would have a conversation with you and be super friendly about it. But he's got the best fro in the league, man.
If anybody out there, like, let's try to get people that are listening to the show, whether on replay or live right now, start tweeting at Jared Allen. Let's get him on the Voice of the Land, because I feel like, we didn't do a good enough job when we were, and we still are big fans of Jarvis Landry, but trying to get Jarvis on this show, man, I would love to have Jared Allen on here, because he's having fun all the time. Like, even if someone scores on him, he's just like, dang, you got me this time. Wait till the next time.
When he blocks people, man, he blocks the crap out of you. And I almost swore there, but
But and he's aggressive, and he's like locked into the game. He's a competitive guy. But when he makes that block, like, it looks like a little kid, like, having just the time of his life, like that.
that energizes the team, man. I don't know about you guys. When people get like a swat on someone, I get pumped.
I do too. Those types of teams, those types of players are the epitome of when guys say, like, man, I'm one of the luckiest person in the world. I'm getting paid to play a kid's game. They're like, legitimately, it looks like a kid playing the game in a professional NBA player's body and skill set, and with that kind of killer mentality when you need to have it out on the floor. It's fun, and looking forward to, as we get off here right now, tuning over to the Cavs. Win or lose tonight, there's going to be fun moments, and you're going to see a lot of skill get developed from this young squad.